Thank you for inviting me here in this program. I hope everyone is fine, in good health and doing great in their places, and wherever the people around Gilgit Baltistan and around Pakistan are, they are enjoying their life, and I'm optimistic for their happiness in their lives. As far as your question is concerned, see, Gilgit Baltistan is a constitutionally not part of Pakistan. It is constitutionally not part of Pakistan. It's politically, geographically, and constitutionally not included in Pakistan. Since this area is a developing region, and this area acquired its own establishment and its own independence from the Dogra Raj in 1st November 1947. From thereafterward, this area was annexed with the Pakistani regime and the Pakistani government. But since their annexation with this, with Pakistan, the Pakistani government has not given the full constitutional rights to this area. It was kept away from different facilities of lives, as the fundamental thing was that it was not given the constitution. So this area is a sort of a negligence for the people, and even few people know in Pakistan that there is a place existing in Pakistan which is Gilgit Baltistan. So some people are aware of the name as Gilgit Baltistan. So there is negligence, and there is ignorance, and there is a sort of marginalization is there. Because of this act, the Pakistani act, the people of Gilgit Baltistan are showing a kind of reaction to this marginalization and this ignorance, and they are nullifying this marginalization and this negligence by exposing their cultural entirety and their cultural aspects. And this representation is excessive representation is in the form of songs, in the form of dances, and in the form of putting their cultural art or cultural outfits, and then they show themselves around Pakistan. So which is a sort of our manifestation of culture is there. Because of this, I believe that there is a kind of instability existing among the people of Gilgit Baltistan. They are trying to react against the marginalization by simply exposing their cultures and by simply representing their cultures. That is, our manifestation, or that is our representation of their culture. When you go towards the Pakistani territory, and when you go around Punjab, Sindh, Balochistan and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, so there you see that people who are the inhabitants of Gilgit Baltistan, they try to be representing their cultures. They will dance a Gilgiti dance, they will show a Gilgiti dance, and they will perform a Gilgiti song, and they will put on Gilgiti dress. So it's simply, a kind of instability is there. Instability in a sense that the people of the area are expressing their culture excessively. So when there is any, when someone crosses the limits, so that means there is an instability is there. So because of this reason, they want others to accept themselves as a region. So this demanding for acceptance is by the representation of their culture. So in this way, I must say that there is an identity crisis existing among the people of Gilgit Baltistan, which is which is existing among the people, and this identity crisis is represented through the culture, our representation of culture. See, uh, a child tries to weep, cry, and become unstable for a longer period of time. So when some elder he do not give attention to the child, so the child will continue, will kept on crying and will kept on weeping. So it's simple that a crying child is, when he's lured and when he's coaxed by an elder one, so he will try to stop crying and he will try to stop weeping. So metaphorically, I mean to say that Gilgit Baltistan is like a crying child, which is, who is not being given attention, who is not being given love, who is not being care, and who has not been understood its true feelings. So I mean to say that this area, this region needs the attention of the people around the world, especially from the people from Pakistan. So, uh, so this instability. So there is an instability. So this instability is expressed through this culture representation, which is excessive. Yeah, Gilgit Baltistan is definitely an unstable region in terms of its identity, uh, uh, and this place wants that other people should recognize this region diplomatically, geographically, culturally, and politically. Uh, it's simple. It's like that. Uh, it's like a crying child, uh, which is crying for a longer period of time, and there is no anyone to understand this agony and this grief. This instability is is not expressed in term of or in the form of skills, in term of achievements, in term of knowledge, in term of triumphs, in term of achievements, but it's simple. It's like that. This instability is expressed through cultural representation, excessive cultural representation, in the form of songs, in the form of dances, and in the form of putting cultural outfits or cultural dresses. So the greater excessive cultural representation is there, the greater instability is there. See, the too much manifestation or the spontaneous exposition of cultural element is a way to avail the element of catharsis. Uh, it's like the people of Gilgit Baltistan are purging, or they are throwing their feelings away to avail the element of happiness. So when someone dance, he become happy, or when someone sing the song, so he become happy. So that means he is availing the catharsis. Similarly, the area of Gilgit Baltistan is availing this kind of catharsis. So this area tries to purge their feelings uh, in the form of dances, in the form of singing songs, and represent show and putting different kind of cultural dresses. So this is a way to achieve the happiness. But this happiness is not permanent. This happiness is temporary and it's futile. It's not for a longer period of time. So people must avail the catharsis, but the feelings should be in a way that they will result in a happy feelings that could be permanent and that could be fruitful for the area of the people. It's simply, as simple as that people do not understand the reason of our catharsis, or the reason of our excitement, or the reason of our instability. So when a person of, or an inhabitant of Gilgit Baltistan go around Pakistan, and then he perform any cultural item in the Pakistani territory, so people enjoy that item, and they consider it just an entirety. They consider it is just a sort of enjoyment for them, nothing else. So it's a source of enjoyment for others. So people enjoy over you, but they do not understand the purpose of your feelings, the purpose of your imitations. So it would be good that if people understand our feelings, but people are not understanding us, and people are enjoying our instability and our our culture and our excitement. So this is how this exposition, or this manifestation of culture is futile, and it is temporary for the region. Be is simple. We should limit our culture manifestations. We should limit our culture representations in different regions. Rather, we should remain normal. We should celebrate our culture in a normal way. In I'm not against of the cultural representation of Gilgit Baltistan. I love this region. I favor this. I favor this cultural representation, and this is a unique culture around the world. But I mean to say that we must follow our trends. We must pursue, or we must follow the path of our culture. We must not forget our culture, but we must not over-represent our culture, so that it could be a kind of insanity for the people.